You are now listening to Vibe Selection with Kyra, where you can get the real on today's hot topics.
Well, welcome everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Vibe Selection. As you already know, I am your host, Kyra, and on today's episode, I want to get into this whole Pinkydoll Lightskin fishing situation and the Mena and Spice issue with Mena calling Spice a monkey. But before we get into all of that, I just want to say, if you guys have not been to Beyonce's latest Renaissance World Tour, you need to go see that. Okay, I know how some people feel about Beyonce. Some people are not fans. I'm a fan, and she is just absolutely incredible in concert. I just recently seen her up here in the Bay Area at the Levi Stadium, and that stadium was completely packed out. Beyonce is such an amazing performer, and honestly, right now, I think I did, and I have also discussed this on my previous shows, where I mentioned how a lot of artists right now are actually having a really hard time with selling out shows. Part of it has to do with the fact that, with so many people losing their jobs, people are really starting to think more about where their money goes to, how they spend their money. And so when it comes to a lot of these artists, a lot of times, they don't really give their all in shows anymore. It's no longer the day of, the Supremes where they gave you a full show, and, Patti LaBelle, even though she's of age, she still gives you a big show. Nowadays, a lot of these artists are very lazy on stage. So a lot of these artists' concerts have been canceled, and a lot of people are not paying, $200, $300, $400 to see an artist. However, Beyonce is one of those people that I feel like is worth it, because when she gets on stage, she's going to give you a performance. She is going to give you all of that. She had Blue Ivy there. She had Mama Knowles there. Everybody was there. Everybody looked wonderful. They all had their sparkles on, their silver on. People looked amazing. Of course, you have some of those fashion faux pas in there too. But overall, people looked amazing. So if she is in your city, I know that right now she's in Inglewood. I don't know where her next stop will be, but I believe the end of the tour is September 22nd, I believe. So make sure y'all go out and get those tickets, because it's worth the $300-$400 for the tickets that she's charging right now. So must see. But getting back onto topic. So I want to first get into this whole Pinkydoll situation. Now, Pinkydoll is, for those of you that don't know, she's pretty much a streamer on TikTok that has gained a lot of credibility for being a NPC, which is a non-playable character that is typically in a video game that's controlled by an actual player of the video game. And an NPC is kind of similar to an AI in terms of like its movements and the way it talks, kind of in a robotic type of tone. So she's pretty much taken over this whole NPC thing. Now, this whole NPC thing has been going on for quite some time. Pinkydoll isn't the originator of the whole NPC situation. However, she's one of the most notable ones right now. And her playing this NPC character has gained her a lot of notoriety. So recently, she had went to the Streamy Awards, and when you see her on her lives, she looks very racially ambiguous. She has an accent. You kind of don't really know where she might be from, based upon the way that she talks or how her accent is. And then also the way that she looks, because in all of her streams, she's more on the fairer skin side. So she kind of has this look like she could be white, she could be Spanish, she could be a mix between white and Spanish, or black and white, or, something. You don't really know what she looks like exactly. However, when she went on the Streamy Awards recently, she came out and everybody was shocked, because all you see is this brown-skinned, beautiful woman on stage, and everybody's mouth dropped, and they were so confused, because they were like, wait a minute, this don't look like the chick that I've been seeing on these damn live streams and paid all my money to say, ice cream so good. Thank you, baby. I love you. I mean, it was a completely different person. But you know what? This really brings up the issue of some type of colorism, number one, because the reality is, and this is a big thing when it comes to the algorithm, is that it is a known fact that if you are more on the darker skin side, or if you are dark skin, you will not be pushed through the algorithm. That's on TikTok, that's on YouTube, that's on a lot of these social media platforms. So the more fairer skin you look, the more you'll get pushed through. And this is an issue that has been talked about over the years. However, this really goes to show that it can propel your career, sadly. And it's really honestly a sad thing. Me being a dark-skinned woman, I've definitely faced certain challenges in my life too. And I've been around people that have told me, you know, I prefer, you know, more light-skinned women, or, oh, your skin's too dark, or, you know, I've had people say crazy things to me too. So colorism is a real thing, and it's especially a real thing when it comes to your success on social media, being an influencer, being an artist, and, you know, it's really just sad. But you know what? What's funny to me is that all of these people, once they found out that she was more on the darker skin side, people made excuses. They're like, oh, she's this, and it doesn't take away from her beauty, and we love Pinky. And mind you, Pinkydoll makes thousands of dollars a day from streaming multiple times throughout the day online, on TikTok. She makes so much damn money. And at the end of the day, she hoodwinked everybody. She had y'all thinking that she was a ivory queen goddess, honey, when she was really a brown skin goddess. And you know what? That really goes to show you that, you know, like I said, colorism really does exist. And I'm glad she hoodwinked all y'all asses, because now y'all really see that it should not matter what complexion someone is and determinants of their success. It should always be about their talent. Now, when it comes to being an NPC, it doesn't take a whole lot of talent. But that really just goes to show that we need to be above this whole colorism thing. This colorism shit really just needs to die the fuck off. But the whole funny thing about it is she's also, because when I was looking at Pinkydoll's social media accounts, I was seeing that in some of her pictures, her older pictures that she posted, she looked a little bit more brown skin than what she looks like on her live streams. And so I was like, well, wait a minute. There's a completely different, you know, skin tone going on here. What's going on? So the fact that no one caught it, and she's always really, you know, had it on her profile. So when TMZ caught up with her recently after the whole Streamy Awards and the whole situation went viral, they asked her about it. And Pinkydoll was like, you know, I'm proud to be a brown-skinned woman. I've never really hid the fact that I was a brown-skinned woman. But, you know, she obviously knew that if she did, you know, if she used a filter to make her look more on the lighter side, then that would push her through. But if you look back on her social media posts, you will clearly see that she's always been a brown-skinned woman. So it's all y'all's fault for buying into this woman just because of the fact that she was a light-skinned woman. And now you're seeing that it does not matter what shade of a woman that you are. Your skin tone does not determine your beauty. And Pinkydoll is honestly a very beautiful woman, whether she's on, you know, actually shows her actual color or whether or not, you know, she uses a filter. Either way, I think, you know, Pinkydoll is an undeniably beautiful woman. She has a great body. She also has an OnlyFans, honey. And apparently someone had, you know, leaked some of her content online. And honey, she went off. She went completely off. Y'all take a listen to this.
So I went to Google, I put Pinkydoll naked, and I click on pictures. And what I see, there's a lot of page. You keep swiping. swiping and swiping and swiping. It don't stop. It don't stop. And I see all this website. How dare you? You gonna let other people put my face, my body out here doing stuff like that? How dare you? Without asking an ID. Where's the ID terms? Tell me that. What's up? I'ma tell you something today. I'ma sue all of you. All of you are gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you. Y'all wanna play with me? You allow other people post Pinkydoll? Really? Cause you know you're about to get paid? Well, guess what? I'm about to get all that money. All that money.
I just heard Miss Pinkydoll checking y'all for leaking her damn content. She said, don't you leak my motherfucking content. I want all my damn money. Ain't shit for free out of here. Y'all better pay me in gifts for these stupid movements and things that I'm saying on my goddamn live streams, and y'all better pay for this porn content that I'm putting out on OnlyFans too. She said, I want my money in full. But this whole controversy just definitely proves that, you know, like I said, there is a such thing as colorism, and that a lot of times when you are more fair skinned, you definitely do get pushed through the algorithm, and people do pay attention to you a lot more. Because like I said, she had, you know, pictures and content on her social media from quite some time ago before she even blew up and became this well-known, you know, streamer doing these NPC characters as we know her today as Pinkydoll, and really no one was really checking for her. But the moment she started to get more into this whole NPC culture thing and started to use a filter to line herself, then it's mighty funny to me how everybody is running and paying her thousands of dollars to do these damn ice cream so good. I love you, baby. Thank you. All these just stupid ass things. I think the whole NPC thing is fucking stupid. If you want to pay someone to repeat themselves over and over and over again, that's your business. But hey, this is what you get. You want to pay her for doing stupid shit, and she got y'all hoodwinked. So at the end of the day, that's what y'all get for doing this stupid shit anyways. That's what y'all get for buying into this stupid shit anyways. Now, moving right along to this whole Erica Mena and Spice beef. Okay, so as y'all all know, for those of you that do not watch Love and Hip Hop is very problematic. Like a lot of reality TV shows, Love and Hip Hop is no different in the fact that it loves to create drama and controversy, and it loves to push the envelope. And what Love and Hip Hop, over the years of it being on TV, because Love and Hip Hop, I believe, has been around for well over 10 years now, and it's clearly very scripted. A lot of the scenarios that they put a lot of these cast members in are very contrived. They set them up. They give them alcohol. They take their phones away. As I don't know if you guys listened to the whole Masika Kalisha interview that she did on No Jumper, where she described how the reason why she left Love and Hip Hop was because it was super problematic, and that she was being placed into scenarios with people that she really was not familiar with. Her phone was taken from her, you know, and she was told to say certain things to create controversy. And so that's just been the formula that I have been seeing that reality TV has taken on over the years. So a lot of these celebs have been rewarded for their bad behavior. So in the situation with Erica Mena and Spice, it's interesting to me because now let's give a little backstory before I go there. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of backstory into the issue with Spice. So Spice came out a couple months ago, and she went on this whole rant, and she was talking crap about Erica Mena and saying that Erica Mena was talking crap about her. You know, there's been a lot of issues with Erica Mena and her baby daddy Safari. You know, Erica Mena has been saying how Safari's been a deadbeat daddy, how, you know, he hasn't been taking care of his responsibilities as a father. And so, you know, in that argument that she had with Safari about him not taking on his responsibilities as a father, he brought up the fact that Erica Mena rarely even sees her oldest son. So Erica Mena has 3 children total. She has one older child who I believe is 16 or 17 by one of the former members of Fat Joe's terror squad. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but she said how he was a deadbeat dad for so many years. And there's a video online of Erica Mena assaulting her first baby father and kicking him on the neck. Y'all can go Google that if you want to. So the whole situation with Spice Official was that, because Safari's Jamaican, Spice is Jamaican. She's a well-known Jamaican artist in Jamaica that has made her way over here to the States, and she's gained a lot of traction. Actually, Jamaicans stick together. So they started to form a bond, but Spice was friends with Erica first. So when Erica was pregnant with her second and third child, Erica was mentioning how, Safari wasn't even present for her when she was having her third child, and that he has been an absent father ever since she had, her first child by Safari. So, but yet when Spice recently went to go get some plastic surgery, and she almost died from the plastic surgery that she received, Safari was reaching out to Spice to make sure she was okay. So Erica felt away, being that she was friends first with Spice, but here Spice is getting all this attention from her baby father, and she feels slighted by that. So that created some issues. Erica Mena started talking crap about, Spice Official. It got back to Spice. So they have this whole sit down. And in the sit down, Spice kind of brought up Erica Mena's child, her oldest child, who no one ever sees. But mind you, there's been so many people on Love and Hip Hop, especially males, that have talked about Erica Mena being a neglectful mother and not taking care of her kids. But for some reason, Spice especially triggered her in her statement about her son, which to me, in looking at it, now I'm someone that doesn't have kids, so maybe I see things a little differently. Yes, I am a believer that kids are off limits. However, depending on the nature of the conversation is warranted for the child to be brought up in the situation. Now, the statement that was made by Erica, from what I heard, was, well, I have 3 kids and I take care of all my kids. And Spice posed a question which was, well, you're talking about you're a mother to all 3 kids, but we ain't never seen your oldest son. You're never with your oldest son. And that triggered Erica Mena. And what she said next, to me, was not warranted. So she then called Spice Official a blue monkey. Now, the problem with that statement is we all know that the term monkey has been used to degrade Black people for a very long time now. So we know that when you are talking to a person of color and you call them a monkey, that is seen as a racial slur. The bigger issue here is the fact that Erica Mena is a Latin woman who had her children by a Black man. Okay? So in terms of you calling Spice a monkey because you're upset by the fact that she posed a statement or a question to your statement that you made about being a mother, which Erica's always throwing around that she's a mother, this, that, and the third. But honey, there's a lot of people out here that, have children and they have responsibilities. That don't mean that you can't be an ain't shit ass mama. So the fact that, Spice brought up her child and the fact of her being, chastised her about her dealings as being a mother, that really triggered Erica. And I think what really triggered Erica even more was the fact that she was hurt by the fact that Safari was more present for Spice on her deathbed than he was present for her giving birth to their child. And so she already had this anger inside of her. So even when they sat down, Spice, she was upset because, Erica's talking all this shit about her and she's going around bad-mouthing her. Why would she not feel some type of way when she's having to sit down? So yes, in that situation, I felt like Erica should have been a little bit more understanding and more diplomatic in her approach with Spice to begin with. But to me, I felt like Erica was just as hostile. Real kicker is the fact that, like I said, Erica Mena is a Latin woman. The problem with the whole statement is Erica Mena occupies black spaces. She's always been in black spaces. She's talked about being a Latin woman. However, I don't see her ass on no telenovelas. I don't see her on Univision. I don't see her doing anything within the Latin community. Her whole claim to fame, or being a D-lister, because she's not really even famous outside of just being on Love and Hip Hop, let's be real about it, has been through black people. Your baby father is black. And the people that work in production on Viacom, from what I understand, are predominantly black and predominantly women. So the fact of when you make terms like that and you say racial slurs like calling a black woman a monkey, every black woman would feel some type of way, because as a black woman, your looks are always constantly talked about. Black women's looks have always been judged more harshly than other women. And that has been one of the things that other races have used to put black people down, especially black women. But yet, if you look at Erica Mena, her whole aesthetic is of a black woman. She got a BBL, because Erica Mena never really had any curves. She's always been very slim. And now she has the big breasts, she has the big booty, she has the hips, she has the lips, she has all of the aesthetics of a black woman. But yet, she obviously feels some type of way about black people and black women in general. Now, I think they are both wrong. However, I really feel more issue with the fact of what Erica Mena said, because she could have used anything to say in response to Spice. But that being the first thing that she said in response to her makes me feel like she completely understood what she was saying was wrong and didn't give a fuck because of the fact that Spice brought up her child. And now, in watching Erica Mena over the years on being in Love and Hip Hop, she's always been hostile. She's always been aggressive. She's always been, given tokens for her bad behavior. But yet, when someone wants to meet you at your eye level verbally, that's the cheap shot that you give. And, Erica Mena, she's a spitfire. So I felt like Erica Mena could have used any other term to put a Spice official down, and she didn't. Now, as a cause for what Erica Mena said, it has now been determined that Love and Hip Hop, Mona Young, who is the executive producer and the creator of Love and Hip Hop, for those of you that don't know, who is a black woman also, for those of you that don't know, has stated that Erica Mena will be, she won't appear in next year's season as a reprimand. Now, to me, I think that punishment is a fucking joke. Because, number one, Mona Young, you are a black woman. So the fact that you're going to continue to have her on the show after what she said, which not only that statement brings issue in offense to Spice, but all black women in general, especially all of the black women that work at Viacom, that's a complete slap in the face that you're going to just slap her on the hand like that. But also, what really triggers me is the fact that before these episodes come out, production already goes over all of the film and everything that, occurred throughout the season, and they edit everything to determine what's going to be featured. So there's one of two things that stand out to me. So it's either one, someone in production completely just overlooked the statement and didn't think, any people of color would find issue with Erica Mena's statements, which I kind of find that hard to believe because, number one, like I said, majority of the people that work on Love and Hip Hop and production and Viacom, they're all African American, and a majority of the people that are that are watching Love and Hip Hop in the audience are minorities as well, and predominantly black people. So the fact that they let this kind of air out is silly to me. It's suspect. So it's either someone just didn't think that, what she said, what Erica Mena said, because Erica Mena has said a lot of problematic things over, her tenure being on Love and Hip Hop, that people would just overlook it. And they probably thought, people are probably just going to overlook this comment. Or someone has it out for Erica Mena, and they knew that she would hang herself, and so they found issue with her comments and just decided to let this air out and, you know, let it be whatever it was going to be, and let whatever backlash Erica Mena was going to receive be her fate, and if she's going to continue to be on Love and Hip Hop. Honestly, something tells me that they at Love and Hip Hop didn't think that the public would find issue with Erica Mena's statements because the level of leniency they have as her punishment. That makes me really feel like they do see Erica Mena as a value to the show, and their course of action in this is just slapping her on the hand and making her sit out for one season. But then what happens for the seasons after that? Does she come back to the show? What happens? That's the real question here. So I really just kind of think that, you know, Mona did this to save face. I think part of that has to do with the fact that, like I said, Mona Young is a Black woman herself, and, you know, with people knowing how production works, they probably felt like in some retrospect, Mona Young and the producers who produced the show were in on it and already knew, and felt in some way they were probably just trying to save face. And so this is why they came up with the type of punishment as to not make them look bad, because Erica already looks bad, but they look bad because they are Black people that are allowing this Latin woman to come on the show and say these problematic things and not have any reprimanding. So this to me was just a whole thing to save face on Mona Young's part. Everybody knows Erica Mena is a complete ticking time bomb that has no filter and does not care about her destructive behavior, because right after the whole situation with Spice aired, she got into a whole kerfuffle in the fucking club. So it was her, it was Bambi, and it was Zell. And they were at a club, from what Saucy Santana stated in his video that he had posted, because apparently Saucy Santana is dating Zell Swag, who was on Love and Hip Hop LA. And he stated that Erica Mena was in the club. She was acting belligerent for no reason, too turned up. She got into it with security. They was trying to get a hold of Erica, and she started fighting the security. She assaulted one of them. She had stated some in the assault that was going on with the cops that she was pregnant, which is very alarming from the fact that you're in a club drinking, number one. You're too turned up. Why are you not at home, you know, with your feet kicked up, you know, getting your legs rubbed, because I know them legs are swollen if you're pregnant. Like, why are you out here turning up if you're pregnant like that and getting into scuffles with fucking security? So because of the fact that she was getting into the scuffle with, you know, security, being her friends, being Bambi and Zell being her friends, they wanted to, you know, have her back. So in the midst of them having her back, they all get arrested. Now, if y'all seen the video, you see Saucy Santana, he was up and out of there, honey. He said, I got too much to lose at this point. I'm not about to lose no bag over no chaos, but I'm going down, make sure I bail my dude out of jail. So here's the video of Saucy Santana giving the whole breakdown about the situation. Y'all take a listen to this.
Last night, my nigga was not fighting no girls. He had gotten into it with the security or the authorities. He was with his homegirls. I was out with him and his friends, you know, doing that girlfriend one. Erica was very belligerent. I don't know, maybe she probably got too drunk or whatever the case is. She was real wild last night. She got into it with the security guards. It was like 3-4 big securities on top of her. So Zell just being a man, and them his girls, he was trying to de-escalate the situation. The people ended up, you know, started testing him with Zell. That's how he ended up going to jail. I got the dodge because I don't play that. Zell know I don't play that. I don't know how nobody else feel about their name, but I know how I am about mine. I left that scene. I went and got my nigga out of jail, and he right there. Y'all come some sack because he feeling a little bad today. But that's that. And Zell ain't allowed to have no more friends. Period.
So y'all just took a listen to that. So y'all see, he was up and out of there, honey. He was like, I'm not about to go down over no foolishness, as he shouldn't. And mind you, all of these people that were involved in the melee with Erica Mena, they're not young people. They're almost in their 40s. They're almost 40 years old. So Erica Mena being on Love and Hip Hop and being on there, always being aggressive, knowing that she has 3 kids and her whole job is just her acting a fool, and that she's out here getting arrested in real fucking life, and then always talking about herself being such a mother and this, that, and the third, then why are you out here acting like this then? As a mother, you should know how to conduct yourself also in public, and you should not be acting like this. Shouldn't you be at home with your kids? I mean, and this is the thing why I say I don't feel like Spice is 100% wrong, because it's like you're bringing up all the time about how you're a mother and you want the Mother of the Year award because you're always bringing up the fact that you're a mother, but you're out here literally getting paid to act a freaking fool to put food on the table. There has to be at some point a new formula, because now you're actually getting caught up for your actions. You're not getting paid. You're being put behind bars and losing time with your kids because of your actions. So, I mean, people just need to do better out here. You can't be fined for the rest of your life. And when you got kids, you really have to think about how your actions are as a parent, because it really affects your kids at the end of the day. It affects you. It affects your kids. And you could be locked up for a long time. I mean, the fact that she assaulted a police officer, not just the security, but also the police officer, you know, it really speaks volumes about her behavior, and that she really needs to do better, and she really needs to go get help. And there was a lot of debate on whether or not people felt like, you know, Erica Mena understood the magnitude of calling Spice a monkey. Of course she did. You know why? Erica Mena literally hangs around Black people. So she, as being a Latina woman in Black spaces, knows things that she should and should not say. This is also the same woman that throws around the N-word. Okay? So, I mean, and this is a thing, you know, sometimes we Black people, we allow other nationalities into our spaces, and some of us allow them to get away with doing foolishness. And really, this is the cause for some of our people allowing people like Erica Mena in our spaces, because when they're in certain situations, you really see how they feel about you. You really see what their thoughts are about you. And that's just exactly what you've seen in Erica Mena's situation. Now, do I think Erica Mena should have been reprimanded? Yes. Do I think it's kind of also a joke too? Because, you know, the fact of the matter is, Love and Hip Hop, they set you up to act a fool. That is your whole job. You literally get paid to be put in compromising positions. So I also kind of think it is a little bit of an oxymoron to put people in these situations that they know they're going to act up in, and then reprimand them only because they're receiving backlash for their bad behavior, and because it potentially makes you look bad, being that you're a black woman and the creator and the producer on the show. So in this particular situation, it's given, I'm just trying to save face so that way I don't lose an audience and that I keep the money rolling with Love and Hip Hop. And that's honestly how I see this whole situation. I think that is bullshit. But on that note, I want to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Vibe Selection. As you already know, I am your host, Kyra. Make sure you guys go ahead and like and subscribe this video and leave me a comment, because I would love to know your thoughts on this particular topic regarding colorism and light skin fishing and the whole thing. I want to know what your guys' thoughts on this topic. Make sure you also follow me on Instagram at Vibeselectionpodcast. You guys already know, you stay safe, stay healthy out there. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining Vibe Selection with Kyra. Come vibe out with us again next time and hear the latest on today's hot topics. Find us on Instagram at I am Kyra Mahoney, or donate at www.patreon.com/vibeselection.